POPcom, POPcom, is the Amazing 100 contest. He reached 100 subscribers, so he held the contest. I think right now he's currently sitting at like 162, so if you're going to do a 200 contest, better get ready to do it. My pins. Look how big that one is. It came out of the Loot Crate DX. Okay, he had pretty much all the normal prerequisites. To be a subscriber, have to like the video, have to be over the age of 18, and then he had questions that he wanted answered. So, question number 1. What is the very first comic you ever bought? So when I first heard that question, I was like, oh man, I've already answered that like 2 or 3 times. But then I recognized that he said the word bought. Because as all of you who have seen my other videos know, I didn't buy my very first comic. My very first comics were gifts. I got 3 issues of The Warlord from one of my father's friends who had this immense comic book collection. And then several years later is when I went into the 7-Eleven with my dad and saw the issue of The Punisher that I fell in love with. But neither of those were comic books that I had purchased. So then I had to put some real thought into it, and I was like, oh man. And then I realized this is the first comic book that I ever purchased. After I got the comic book, The Punisher, from my dad, and I went to found a local comic book shop, I purchased. That was the first one I purchased because I think that cover is one of the greatest covers of any comic book. That's my Spider-Man 300 for you. Okay, so number 2. Do I personally own, or do I know a YouTuber who owns The Amazing Spider-Man number 300, which is POPcom's favorite cover? The only one, I personally don't own it. I don't own any Spider-Man comics. The only person that I believe would own it that is a YouTuber that I follow is OMG Chris. OMG Chris. I believe he would probably, have a copy of that one, because he's got a very large collection that he likes to show off on his page. Okay, number 3. The only thing you're thankful for, because he recorded this around Thanksgiving time. Right now, I'm at the age where the number of people who are older than me in my family is getting smaller, and the number of people younger than me is getting bigger. So I'm just going to say I'm thankful for my family, the ones that are, well, I mean, I'm thankful for all my family, but I'm especially thankful for the ones that are still here. Number 4, and then he wants me to promote a YouTuber channel. There's a couple that I want to promote that are, there's 3. I want to promote BIGOLGEEK. My mind just went blank for a second. Pop.comics with an X at the end, and the Angry Unboxing Nerd, Mike Tapp. All 3 of those are all very good channels that I enjoy very much. But I mean, there's a ton of them. The Last Pharaoh, he's got a really good channel. Oblivion, OMG Chris, who I mentioned earlier, Marie Gifford. I know I'm leaving people out, but Sarah Dawn, Angel Otter, HORRORinMe, I like his channel. Beardy Nerd, he's got a great channel. The Family Unboxing channel. A Very Merry Unboxing. These are all, really great channels. I just started watching a guy by the name of Uncaped Crusaders. He's got an interesting channel. There's a guy named TV Chips. I've probably seen about 4 or 5 of his videos, and I laughed in through most of them. He's a pretty funny guy. It's TV_Chips, CHIPS. So there's a lot of good YouTubers out there. So those will be the ones I'll promote at this time. What is your favorite LCS, and why is it your favorite, and why do you go there? The only LCS that I would have called my LCS was a place called Fred's Comics in Glendora, California. I went there because Fred was a very cool guy. There was a group of me and about 5 or 6 friends, and Fred kind of joined into our group, and we would play Dungeons and Dragons there, like from the time he closed until like the time he opened. We would have pack wars there all the time. For people that know, that's where you get like a box of, like, say, baseball cards, but you usually do it with a like an older one that's like where the pack is expensive, and everybody buys a pack of cards, and you open up the pack of cards, but before everybody opens, you go, okay, whoever has a card that has a player in it that had a higher ERA than 280 for 3 or more seasons wins. So then you will go through your cards and you look at all the stats on the back of all the baseball cards, and if you have a player who had a higher than 280 ERA for more than 3 seasons, you throw it out, and then whoever had the best card wins all the cards. And that was a lot of fun. A lot of times, you get doubles down there, and then when you had doubles, somebody else would have to call out another statistic. But yeah, I remember one year he got these like 1970 tops, and they were selling for like $22 a pack, and we got like 6 guys who each bought 1 pack, and we did a pack war. I don't remember what card it was, but I had this card that was like really valuable, but I lost pack wars, so I lost my card. So yeah, but I won several rounds of pack wars, and I lost a lot of rounds of pack wars. But he was such a cool guy that we helped him with whatever he needed, any way that teenage boys could help. He wasn't that. He was probably, we were all like, say, started going there, we were like 15, and I think probably the last time we all were there together, we were all probably like 22, and Fred had actually stopped managing the shop, and he was a substitute teacher. He went back to teaching, and I can't remember the name of the guy that he left in charge of the store while he was gone, but he was a cool guy too. But yeah, I don't know how many hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars I spent in that guy's shop. It's closed now. That was like 20 years ago. So now my LCS would be eBay or any other place online. I haven't been in a comic book store I'd say in a good 15 years. Okay, my most prized possession that is not a pop or a comic. I was thinking of like all these different things I could have said. You know, I have a really nice camera. I have a knife that has a real special meaning to me. I have a lot of stuff, but if my house was to catch on fire right now, the first thing I would grab would be my laptop, because my laptop is kind of like the center of my world. I mean, every picture I take with my cell phone goes onto my laptop. I do my YouTube page through my laptop. All my social media. Well, I do some of my social media on my phone, but I do my grocery shopping through my laptop. So my most prized possession would be my laptop. That's my story. This particular laptop right here, I purchased off of eBay about 2 years ago. It's really good. It's got it's a little light on power. Not like plug in the wall power, but like drawing a blank. It's not. It doesn't have a lot of computing power. I don't know what it's at right now, but because I've upgraded the RAM, so I got like 16 gig of RAM in there, and it's got a 250 gig hard drive, but it's got a small. The CPU doesn't have a lot of power. Like I said, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but that's the only complaint I have about it. But I use it every day. So, okay, last question. Talk about another hobby besides fandom, geek stuff, comics, pops. There's a lot of things I like to do. I go to the movies every week. Movies are probably number one in my life. I love driving movies. I love talking about movies. I love whatever. This was actually, of all the movies I worked on, this is my favorite one to watch. Yeah, you see, it's called Meeting Evil. It stars Samuel L. Jackson and Luke Wilson, and it's just a crazy story. If you ever had a chance, you should check that movie out. It's called Evil. It's called Meeting Evil. I was a location production assistant. There was this scene they shot in this like abandoned house, and I was one of the production assistants during that scene. And I don't know, there's a few other small ones that I did. There's a ton of stuff I did that didn't make it to IMDb. But anyways, photography. I'm gonna flash up some of my favorite pictures that I've taken. Golly. So I think that is it. All the questions have been answered. Yep. The last one was talk about another hobby you have. Yeah. I like taking pictures. I like seeing things from different angles that people don't usually see. And I just have a ton of like this is like one of those little, what do they call them, little pop cameras that you can just plug right into your USB after you take pictures. This is just a really good little pocket camera I have. I actually have like 3 old cell phones that I keep just because they took really good pictures. This is one of my favorite cameras. This thing is a lot of fun to use. It's got this cool handle right here. It's got this little pop-up screen right here, which you can swivel. And you can even, like, if you want to bring it down, like if you're trying to do some low, like if you're trying to do low stuff, you know, you can have the screen so you can shoot low stuff. And it's really cool. It's got the flash right there. Yes, good. And I like it a lot because it's got a big, huge lens. Because the bigger your lens, the more light it sucks in. I mean, like even this one's got a little lens on it. I mean, you don't even want to talk about the lenses on your cell phone. So yeah, this is a lot of fun to shoot with. Yeah, like I have this little camera bag that I carry around, and it's actually kind of unpacked right now. Of course, it's all stuck. And in there I keep this camera, this camera, this camera, this camera, this camera, and I have like 3 old cell phones in there, and you know, batteries and memory cards and just all kinds of stuff for taking pictures. I have a couple of those little not selfie sticks, but the little itty bitty tripods that you can put little small cameras in. Like this will fit in it, and this will fit in it. Yeah. And whenever I get the chance to, like, I see something I want to take pictures of it. Like I said, I just like to take pictures. That is it. Thank you, POPcom, for having this contest, hosting this contest, and congratulations on reaching 100. And thank you to everybody for listening to me babble. Have a great day. Bye.